Hello, my name is Liesl from Buckaloo View. Today I'm releasing a new knitting pattern. It's this hat right here. It's called the Clara May Hat, and it's inspired by one of my great-grandmothers. So just a simple beanie, some nice stitch patterns that make a nice texture. There's two patterns. One is just knit and purl, and the other are two stitch cables, cable 2 front and cable 2 back. And it's supposed to look like baskets, like a woven basket kind of texture. Anyway, I'm doing this video to accompany the pattern because I wanted to show you how to cable without a cable needle. Obviously, if you're more comfortable using a cable needle, you can do that, but there's a little technique you can do that makes it go a lot quicker. You can actually use it for 4-stitch cables as well. So I guess I'll get to the technique. Part of why I'm doing this video is because most videos I've come across online for cabling without a cable needle do it a little differently. They instruct you to slip the stitch or stitches that would go on the cable needle right off your left needle and have them hang in either the front or the back. And that always made me too nervous. I like this one because your stitches all stay secure on your needles until you work them. So I'll start with a cable 2 front. It's a left-leaning cable, just worked over 2 stitches. And it helps to imagine that this first stitch here is put on a cable needle, but it stays on your left needle here. And imagine it's just hanging in the front of your work. So to get around it, you would have to go to the back of your work and knit in through the back loop of your second stitch. And this actually produces a twisted stitch, and that is one way in which it differs from if you were using a cable needle, but it really doesn't matter because this twisted stitch is in the back. You don't even see it by the time this one crosses over. Okay, so that second stitch has been worked, and now you bring your needle back to the front and knit the first stitch and slip it off the needle and slip the second stitch, since it's over here now, off the needle. Then you have a left-leaning cable 2 front. Do it one more time. Knit through the back loop of the second stitch. Bring your needle back to your working needle back to the front and knit the first stitch and slip both stitches off the needle. And now to cable 2 back without a cable needle. Just like with the cable 2 front, it really helps to imagine that you're using a cable needle. Imagine that this first stitch here, that would normally be put on a cable needle, is hanging in the back of your work, which means you have to work in the front. So you would, this stitch would quote-unquote be hanging in the back, and then you have to work the second stitch. Just knit it regularly. Make sure you don't get that first stitch. Knit it. Don't take any stitches off the needle yet. And then knit the first stitch and slip both off the needle at the same time. And that creates a right-leaning cable 2 back. I'll do that one more time. Sometimes it's hard to get the second stitch, so you might need to pull it out a little. And there you have it, the basket weave.